You're listening to the Time to Level Up podcast. I'm your host, business life coach Andrea Liebross. I help women in business commit to their own growth personally and professionally. Each week, I'll bring you strategies to help you think clearly, gain confidence, make your time productive, turn every obstacle into an opportunity, and finally overcome the overwhelm so that you can make money and manage life. Let's create a plan so you have a profitable business, successful career, and best of all, live with unapologetic ambition. Are you ready to drop the drama and figure out the how in order to reach your goals? You're in the right place. It's time to level up. Let's do this. Hey, Time to Level Up listeners, welcome back to the podcast. So today I have with me Estelle Winsett, and she is an attorney, but she is also a style coach. And she and her family live in Memphis, and virtually she connects with women across the U.S. to help them figure out what message they want to send through the clothes they are putting on their body. And she helps them figure out what are their style preferences. Are they a dress person? Are they a pants person? Then she helps them determine what their body shape is. And off they go doing some online shopping. I used to be in the business of clothing, and I used to help women style themselves. And I actually, when I think back, I loved that part of that job. There are parts I didn't like, but I did love the helping women create their style part. So I thought this was an amazing guest to have on because so many of you, whether you're working from home, going into an office, whatever it is, even on weekends, you stand in your closet and wonder, what should I wear? I have nothing. So today, Estelle is going to give us some tips on how to think about what's in your closet, how to add to it, and then how to go out into the world. So sit back, buckle up, and listen in to my conversation with Estelle. Hey, Time to Level Up listeners. Welcome back to the podcast. And I am excited for today's guest because what she does, well, one of the many things she does, is something that I kind of sort of used to do in a different way, in a slightly different way. But she and I connected online, and I asked her to come today, talk to us about style and what to wear and why do you wear it and all things clothes and closets. So welcome, Estelle Winsett.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
So tell us a little bit about you before we get started so they know where you're coming from. I'm looking at her on Zoom right now, and she's got a beautiful office park setting behind her and big glass windows. So she's not shopping right now.
I am not. Yes. So I am an attorney. I like to say I'm a recovering attorney. So I practiced for about 7 years in litigation, and I got to the point where it was a little bit I had a hard time separating work from home. So I took a non-traditional route with my law degree, and I was a legal recruiter, and then I was in career services. And now my day job is Director of Professional Development at a law firm. But my passion and my side hustle is in personal style. And in particular, I love to help women who are in executive roles or entrepreneurs or attorneys learn how to show up powerfully and how they dress. So that's just something that I have always loved style. And kind of like you, I know you were worked for a designer. I did work for Cabby for several years, and saw the transformative effect when people finally saw what they look like with clothes that fit their body and made them feel powerful. And so that's really how I got into the whole personal stylist business.
It's fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
Super fun. So why do you think it matters? Does it matter what we wear? What do you think?
Yes, because what we wear sends a message to ourselves first and foremost. And if you think about it, how many times you pass a mirror, you pass a window where you see your reflection. If you don't feel confident in what you're wearing, you send these messages to yourself, and often they're unspoken and probably unconscious. But it translates into your energy and how you show up. And so when you do wear something that you feel empowered in, then you can go and slay your day and you're not worrying about what you're wearing and if you made a wrong decision and if the skirt's actually a little bit too small and you're tugging on it and all those things we do as women. It's junk that clutters your head that if you didn't have to worry about it, then you would be on your game, and it's a mental load when you don't feel good with what you have on.
Yeah. So I think we send ourselves messages, like I call it head trash, but then we carry it around, like we carry around all of that. What if, I don't know, is this right? I wish I was 10 pounds lighter. We carry that because the skirt is too tight. We carry that around all day, and it kind of does affect us. I will say this morning, to be honest, I'll give you an honest example. So I put this sweater on because it's kind of comfy. And then I was going to put jeans on. And then I said to myself, no, I'm going to put some real pants on today because I felt like I was at a meeting this morning and together it all looked way better than pants versus the jeans. So there you go.
It's those small tweaks, right? You know, in your mind, you think, oh, I don't have time for that. It's going to take way too much time. But it's like a little tweak makes such a big difference.
You're so right. You're so right. So what do you think your closet says about you?
I think your closet says a lot about how you think of yourself. I think if you put yourself first, then you're going to have clothes that fit your body as opposed to those aspirational garments that are
I like small. That. Aspirational garments. That is so good. I'm going to write that down. Aspirational garments. Yes.
And the other thing too is, and I'm just really passionate about this because as a woman, my weight has fluctuated a lot too. And when I've had those garments in my closet that I'm like, well, when I lose 10 pounds, they'll fit. And I think in my mind, well, having those hanging in my closet is going to inspire me to get on an exercise plan and go running. And the reality is it ends up making me feel bad about myself because I don't fit. So, I think that what's in your closet is kind of a reflection about how you feel about yourself. If you feel like you're worthy and deserving of clothes that fit your body now, and you can still work on trying to lose 10 pounds if that's your goal. But you're not going to punish yourself by saying, I'm not allowing myself to go, or I hear this all the time, I'm not going to invest in myself until I've lost the weight. Well, that's just.
It is that phrase though, and think about this actually, now that you said that, we say that about a lot of things. I'm not going to invest in myself, whatever that might be. It might be clothing. It might be coaching. It might be like whatever that is. So interesting. And why are we doing that? That's not helpful at all. It's not useful.
Yep.
Really.
It's not. You hold that on yourself and you don't realize the toll it takes on you.
Yeah. It wears you down. So what happens, what light bulb usually goes off when someone says, okay, I actually am going to care about this? And then they freak out. I'm going to guess the next thing is, well, where do I start? What do you think they're thinking when they decide that they're going to care? And then what happens?
Well, I think there are a few different things that can happen. I think one thing that can happen is, oh no, I don't want people to think that I am better than them, or who does she think she is dressing that way? There's this like imposter syndrome thing that comes up that if I change how I appear, people are going to ask me a lot of questions and think negatively of me and somehow. I think another thing that happens is if you've always struggled with style and you decide you want to do something about it, if you don't have a guide and you go back to doing what you've always done, then it's frustrating and you're going to want to give up, because if you've not been successful in the past, if you don't have some new resource or doing something differently than everything you've done, then it's going to be frustrating again. And you're going to waste a lot of time and energy and give up. So I think those are kind of two of the common things that I hear women say when they're trying to finally do something about it.
And where do you start? Should you start in your closet? Should you start at the mall? Should you start online? What do you think?
Yeah, well, it's interesting. When I work with clients, the place that I start is in crafting their new elevated style. So before you go shopping, before you clean out your closet, I think it's important to think about what's the message you want to send and how you show up. And that involves the messaging piece. Do you want to feel more confident? Do you want to feel relatable? Like sometimes, when I'm working with clients, They may be a plaintiff's lawyer, and so they're meeting with maybe more indigent clients, but they want people to feel comfortable with them. So they don't want to come in with this power suit and intimidate people. So they may want to send the message of being relatable. So I think when I work with somebody, just think about your next level image and the message you want to send. And then I think it's important to try to figure out what is your style aesthetic, because there's a variety of different ways that people have a natural preference for. So it can be maybe you like more of a classic look, or maybe you like to have a little fun with lines and asymmetry or little details. And so then maybe you like a little edgier look. There's a range of looks that are still professional, but that allow you to show your personality. So I think when you're figuring out, like I like to call it your authentic style blueprint, you want to know the message you want to send, your style preferences. And then that third element is really understanding your body shape and how to dress it. Because if you buy things that don't fit your body, then you're not going to feel confident. So those are kind of the three things I think about and I work with clients on doing. And then the next step is to find a wardrobe that's in alignment with that blueprint so that it fits your body, says the message you want to send, and it's something that you feel good and confident in.
Oh, I like that. I like the three element, the message. That's really important.
Yeah.
That is really important. So let's talk about like the person that is maybe the work from home person. I think sometimes they get stuck in what they're wearing, but then all of a sudden they worry because they're on Zoom or I don't know. Tell me about that work from home person. Like what's going on in their brain usually?
Yeah. Well, I think those of us who have worked from home for this long period of time, and I know several still are, thankfully I'm back in the office and I really appreciate being back in the office. But I think one of the first things people often think is, if I wear this outfit one more time, I'm going to scream.
Yes.
Yeah, I've been wearing it for a year and a half now. So
right.
I think that's a common thought. Stores are not all open. So if you're not comfortable with online shopping, then you probably haven't been out in the stores. And so there may be some trepidation about not knowing how to shop online. I know that several people feel super overwhelmed if they go online to Nordstrom or something like that, because there's so many options. They don't know how to pare it down. So
how do you pare it down? Like a Nordstrom? I mean, do you have any good tips on that one? Online shopping?
Yes. So first and foremost, before you do any online shopping, create an intentional shopping list. I liken it to, if you go shopping online without an intentional list, it's almost like going to the grocery store hungry. You're going to buy things that you don't really need or like, but maybe they're on sale. And then that's another one that's going to hang in the closet with the tags on for years. So first and foremost, have your list. And the way you want to come up with your list is after you've done the closet cleanse and you've gotten rid of anything that doesn't fit your body or your new elevated style, categorize everything. Put them in blazers, tops, skirts, bottoms, and you'll see where the holes are. You know, if you've got, 15 blazers and one pair of pants, you're going to need some more bottoms. So
right. Yeah.
You assess the keepers that you have in your closet, and then create a shopping list to fill in the gaps. And so when you go shopping, just start with a narrowing of the search. If you know you need a skirt, then, narrow it by color, category, and size. And that's going to limit your options. And you could even do it based on low to high or high to low, however you're shopping, so that you're staying within a budget. Set a budget for yourself. So I think that's the easiest way to do it, and just go from there. And sometimes if you're in between sizes, you might want to order 2 sizes. The most accurate way to guess what size you're in is to literally do your measurements of your bust, your waist, and your hips, and then look at the size charts online. Now, that's what I do with my clients. And I know that can be tedious, but it helps because there unfortunately is no universal sizing standard.
No, there is not. I had to look up yesterday what does a size 3 mean? That was the whole. Yeah. Look that up. So when people start to elevate their style, what do you see happen? What happens to them, or what are they thinking or feeling?
What I love is to get the giddy text messages and emails of all the compliments they're getting, because it's the ripple effect. You feel good, then people can see there's a different energy about you. They like what you're wearing, so you get compliments. And then it's almost like a compounding effect of feeling good, looking good, feeling good, that then allows them to go out and have more fun in their life.
More fun. Who doesn't want more fun?
Right. And then that affects, how they show up everywhere, in their relationships with their spouse. Sometimes you'll have your friends that they don't know what's different. It's almost like when you get a new haircut, they know something is slightly elevated or different, but they just feel that you're happier. And you also realize, you probably didn't realize the kind of mental load it had on you, not knowing what to wear and standing in front of your closet 20 minutes every morning, and how that impacted how you start your day. I find that people who maybe weren't that excited about style, but knew it was important, then when they actually have fun with it, it almost surprises them. So,
because it can be stressful just thinking about it, right? Like that mental load, like you said.
Yep.
So do we have to have like separate wardrobes, work and play and weekend, or do you think they all can meld together? I think I hear people say, all I have are either, Lululemon right. or dresses. Like there's nothing in between.
Yeah. I definitely think they can marry and play well together. I do think when I'm advising people, most of my clients are looking to me for professional wardrobe help. And one of the things that I always tell them is put all of your workwear in the front of your closet, because if you're trying to wade through jeans or a gown or something and you can't get to your clothes, that's very frustrating. And so I recommend putting that first and foremost, whatever that regular lifestyle style is for you, put that in the front of the closet. But in terms of weekend wear, I love a nice blazer and a good pair of jeans and heels for date night. I think if you expand your mind of what you think of when you think of casual wear and see, well, what do I have that, and really it's about playing. I love to play in my closet. I know a lot of people don't like to do that, but when you do, and you find something you like, take a selfie, put it in an album. And then when you're having I don't know what to wear day, you can look at your phone and find something that you put together that was fun.
Maybe I'll take advice from 17-year-old girls, because this is what my daughter does.
Yes.
I mean, for real. She plays in her closet. She creates outfits. She gets all excited about them. She takes selfies. This is kind of interesting. And she just had to fill out a form for senior pictures and describing what her style was. And she came out of the room. She said, Mom, what should I write for this? I said, I don't know. What should you write? Come up with some words. So I'm like, I forget even what her words were, but you nailed it. That is exactly what you are. So, but it's funny because they take all these selfies and I don't think, 40 and 50-year-olds are taking as many selfies.
Right.
But what do I know? Right. So do you work with people in person or virtually, or how do you do things?
Yeah, really all of my clients are virtual, and it was that way before COVID. And for me, the reason I do that is, well, first of all, Memphis is not necessarily a mecca of style. So
you never know. I mean, I don't know. What is the style of Memphis if we had to have words, right? Who knows?
Who knows? I think the people that there are certain boutiques that I love, but I think that the people that are probably the most stylish shop elsewhere. Yes.
Yes.
So yes, all of my clients are virtual. I do all of my shopping online and really through Zoom and going back and forth with emails. And then I record videos for clients. So when I'm sending them recommendations, I have a video explaining why I chose the different pieces and why it works for their body type. So I try to educate them. Mm-hmm. It's really kind of seamless. And I have a platform where I put outfits together and they get their own online closet, which has an app on the phone. And so it really had helped, lots of women virtually, and it's worked out great.
It's worked out great. Imagine that. Even before COVID.
Yeah.
Even before COVID.
Definitely.
Even before COVID.
Yeah.
So if someone wanted to work with you, what's the best first step?
Yeah, if someone wanted to work with me, they could either book a call with me, or they could go to join my free Facebook group. That's where I spend most of my time, and that's Powerhouse Style. And so it's just, I have a shortened link that's bit.ly/Powerhouse Style. So if someone wanted to do that, they could join me there. I have an Instagram account and I spend some time there, but most of it's in the Facebook group.
Tell me because I've been in the Facebook group. So tell everybody what you do in there, because I think it's kind of fun.
Yeah, it's so much fun. So it's a bunch of powerhouse women that, we have a lot of posts. People share what's going on in their life, so it's a lot of bonding with a lot of other women who are in professional settings and maybe they don't have that outlet to be with other professional women. And every week I do I call Level Up. So I love that your podcast is about leveling up, which is great.
That's true.
I do different things. Right now, I'm in the middle of a style coaching series where I have been coaching live women that have the types of style struggles that I hear the most. So one week I know how to look professional during the week, but I don't have any professional wear. Like you were saying earlier, on the weekend, I don't want to be just in Lululemon on the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
One I did recently was how do you use jewelry to amp up your look? I feel like accessories can baffle people sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we did a style coaching on that. I did one on all I wear is black. So I helped.
Yes. I know those people.
Totally. And I used to be one, no judgment. But it's so much more fun when you can incorporate color and learning what colors complement your skin tone, things like that. So yeah, so I just provide a lot of style tips. It's fun. It's girl time. And it's just a really cool community that I love being a part of.
I love it when you go live and people are in there and everybody recognizes themselves in someone else.
Yes.
Right. And I think that's actually some of the best learning when you see yourself in another person and then you recognize, oh yeah, I'm doing that too. Yeah. So I like that a lot.
Definitely. Thanks.
So right now, what's your most favorite thing in your closet?
Ooh, that's a great question. Actually, I haven't gotten it yet. It's on the way, but I'm always thinking about purchases.
It's on the way. Do you shop ahead for seasons? I mean, how do you?
I shop all the time. So yes, I do like to have my seasonal wardrobe together. But there's a brand that I've started liking lately, and I think it's great for professional women, and it's called Anna Kate. It's like Cate. And I have this relationship with a woman who owns a boutique in Ridgeland, Mississippi, which is where the main office for my day job is. And I've just ordered 2 dresses from this brand called Anna Kate, and I can't wait to get it. One of them is black and one of them is navy. And they're just good cocktail dresses, and they're feminine, but they're professional. So I'm super excited. That's supposed to be arriving, I think, today. So
look at that UPS and FedEx helping us out, helping us looking at the feel more empowered.
When is it going to get here?
We can track it. I know. Sometimes that tracking is good and sometimes it's not.
That's true.
Right. Well, this has been really fun. All of Estelle's contact info, that Facebook group link, everything is all going to be in the show notes. And if anything, go check out our Facebook group because I think there's a lot of good stuff in there. And I would say from my own personal experience, when I see women caring about what they look like, really good things happen. It's kind of one of those things, once you start to pay attention to one aspect of your life, other things come along. And even the people that are buying the clothes thinking they're 10 pounds overweight, somehow that's way more helpful to actually lose the weight than to wait around till you lose the weight.
Yeah, because you feel better about how you look when you're wearing clothes that fit your current body.
Yes. And I think you just show up in a whole different way than if you weren't feeling good about what you were. It's really what you're wearing. You can feel, actually, this is an interesting thought. Like you can be not liking necessarily, let's say, the weight you're at, but you can like what you're wearing and that will overpower it.
Yes. And, accessories and shoes always fit.
They do. Jewelry too. So, definitely. Well, before we started recording, I said something to Estelle that I want to share with you. I think with style, we can either not care enough so that we say, oh, it doesn't matter, or we can care too much to the point we become paralyzed. So finding that middle ground is the key. It can be tricky, but if you, I think, have a guide and you are making it a kind of a goal even to get your act together, get your closet together, it's possible.
Absolutely. And one of my favorite tips to give women is if you take an hour out of your Sunday and look at your calendar and see what's coming up the next week and put together 5 outfits, you can put them at the front of your closet and your morning will be 2 minutes. And it seems like it's a lot to take an hour, but how much the average woman spends 20 minutes staring at her closet in the morning trying to figure out what to wear. So that's and
then you just wear the black pants and the black top, and
then you still don't you wear the same thing you always wear.
Right.
So yeah.
That's a great tip. I like that.
Yeah.
All right, friends. Until next time, go check out what's in your closet. Do that audit, and then create your list and see where the holes are. I bet you're going to find some. I bet you're going to find actually some great things in your closet, and then know what you really need to get.
Definitely. When you clean out your closet, you're going to find those gems that you forgot about. And then you just need to figure out what to pair with it so you wear it, not have it hang in the closet.
Right. And Estelle can help you. So reach out. Thank you so much. This has been great.
Thanks. It's been a lot of fun.
I want you to think about what you're wearing right now as you're listening to this. Now, you might be on a walk, or you might be in your car, or you might be even at home on your couch, but what are you wearing right now, and how do you feel in it? Do you feel powerful? Do you feel in control? And I think you can feel that way even if you do have Lululemon on. But when you leave your home or when you are in front of people, what you wear matters. It totally matters. So I hope that you take advantage of Estelle's free Facebook group and even connect with her if you need help in this category. And let's be honest, who doesn't? Most of us do. It's always good to get someone else's perspective. Just like in the coaching I do, I say, we're stuck in the peanut butter jar and we need someone to read the label. So you might be stuck in your own clothing and you need someone to help you find new labels. So take a peek at the show notes, find all of Estelle's links. And if you need help actually getting out there into the world and feeling like something is holding you back, but you can't figure out what it is, feel free to reach out to me and schedule a call, and we can figure out what that thing is. Okay, my friends, until next week, remember, it's always time to up your game, to level up. See you next week. Thanks for listening to the Time to Level Up podcast with me, your host, Andrea Liebross. If you know someone who could benefit from listening to this episode, I encourage you to take a screenshot and share it with them. Okay, now what about you? You've listened to the podcast, and if you now know that you're ready to upgrade your life, upgrade your business, upgrade you, then stop being only a listener and start being a liver, living that upgraded life. Head over to my website and schedule a call. Right there on that call, we'll start changing the way you think and act so that you can have the freedom to achieve the impossible in life and business and have the resources to do it. You deserve an upgrade. Let's do it.